Hello. I also use my cell phone for notes. My name is Krystal Perkins, and I am the Development Director for True Charity. I have been with True Charity since last August. Before that, I worked in addiction services, and before that, I was working in homeless services. And before that, I was homeless, addicted, and dependent on government services. To keep it short, I grew up in foster care, and by the age of 15, I was homeless and bankrupt in almost every sense of the word. This would define my life for the next 16 years. Until one day, by the grace of God, my pastor back home intervened with effective charity. I had just graduated out of one of his housing programs when he approached me and he said, "Krystal, why aren't you working for us already?" And I had to take a look around because he definitely was not talking to me. I didn't have any work ethic, I didn't have any skills, I didn't have any experience. But that intervention that day and having somebody believe in me, it transformed my faith, it transformed my heart, my life, my children's futures, and the lie that I had come to believe, which was that I had nothing to contribute to society. That job changed everything for me, and I grew, and I grew, and I grew, and I started to become who God intended for me to be. And that woman is a servant, a mentor, a wife, a mother, the list just goes on. I'm living proof that effective charity and relational charity does transform lives. And so the resurgence of civil society where churches and communities come together is critical to helping people like me ascend out of poverty. And I would love to share my full testimony with you someday, but tonight I want to talk to you about something that's really important. As we know, practicing effective charity starts with understanding that not all charity is good charity. For people to understand that, we have to teach them, and how do we do that? Well, as individuals, we lead by example in our charity work, and we talk to every person about it within earshot who will listen to us. Organizationally, True Charity educates by facilitating community workshops and hosting this annual summit. Not only is this summit a huge undertaking, but we have taken the summit on the road so that we can educate and inspire in new communities to join the movement. While this geographical expansion brings greater impacts and transformation, it also leads to higher costs. You may already know this, but True Charity does take an intentional approach to keep the summit affordable, so that churches and nonprofits of all sizes and all budget levels can attend. In fact, we even offer scholarships. Several of the attendees here with us now are here on those scholarships, and those scholarships are made possible because of privately funded donations from you and others like you. So at this point, I would like to ask everyone to please take out your cell phones and open your screens and scan that little barcode that you see on the screens behind me. And if it's put on your heart to donate, please consider donating. Your donations will make future summits and summit scholarships possible. And on that note, everyone who donates tonight will be entered into a drawing to win a ticket or registration to next year's summit. We will announce the winner before the end of the summit tomorrow, and you do not have to be present to win. We want to thank all of you for your donations, your hearts, and for the tough work you do every day. And this here is going to conclude tonight's general session. I'd like to encourage everybody to enjoy some networking in the exhibit hall with our exhibitors. There's going to be ice cream provided, and James Whitford will also be out there signing copies of his book, The Crisis of Dependency. Thank you.